All right, let's get started anyway. This is file 22160 SM, People versus Christopher James Houghton. Mr. Houghton, you may have been surprised to see me here. I'm Judge Middleton. This case had all been in front of Judge Pattison. Judge Pattison is the judge that put you on probation, arraigned you on the probation violation, and set this matter for a hearing. He is ill this morning. I got a text very early this morning indicating that he wasn't feeling well. Come on in, Dan. And wouldn't be here.
I forgot you were taking that. Sorry, Judge.
So he probably was in the court next door. Judge Pattison anyway isn't available. I've been covering his docket this morning and I'm prepared to do this. You have a right to have the judge that sentenced you do the PV hearing if you wish. I won't be offended, but if you want Judge Pattison to do this, we're going to have to set it for another day. If you're willing to have me do it, we'll just proceed from here. I have read the file. I read the original complaint. I read the police report about the broken windows, windshield, read the notes and the probationer status report, and I'm ready to proceed. But if you object to having me do it, let me know and we'll have to reset this. Mr. Gibson, do you have any objection to me handling the matter?
No, I don't have any objection.
Mr. Houghton, do you?
I think I'll be all right with Patterson doing the judgment.
All right. All right, I'll know. Defendant objects to JCM doing the PV hearing. So I have to reset this. As you know, Daniel's recommending 60 days in jail. I counted it up. I think you did 22. I was inclined to call it good. Judge Pattison will probably be inclined to give you the 60 days. So I'll give you what you asked for. We'll have this matter set for hearing in front of Judge Pattison at a subsequent date. It'll probably be after the first of the year.
In your honor, could you make sure, or could you order that the defendant test today? Because I haven't heard from him. Even when he got picked up on this, he never called me. So I'd like him to test today.
He also owes $300 in an old case, file 181596, a domestic violence case. He made one payment of $50 and never paid anything else, but I guess it never got addressed. Yeah, as a condition of your bond, you're supposed to test regularly, and you've been kind of off the radar. When did you last have any contact with the defendant at his arraignment?
I
think it was around
the
June.
last time I reported was June 29th over the phone.
Well, all right, let me ask you a couple questions. Are you still living in Decatur?
Yes.
76th Ave?
Yes.
All right. We'll get a correct phone number before you leave. All right. On the way back, you can test at the day reporting center.
All right.
All right. I was hoping to bring this to a close today, but it's your choice, and we'll set it in front of Judge Pattison. I want you to go test at the day reporting center.
Your Honor, I think the defendant may be asking if he could possibly reconsider on and maybe just resolve the case today.
No, he made his choice. I guess he can look for 60 days rather than 22. All right, you go test at the day reporting center.
So he doesn't do it here, he does it at the DRC.
DRC, yeah.
All right,
And
Daniel,
he'll need
check
to
with
pay.
him and get a phone number and email
Will do,
address.
And
And then I want you to go out to the counter. Well, we've got a correct address. But I want you to go directly from here to DRC on your way back.
All right. Thank you.
And I do have an up-to-date phone number for the defendant. I can get that.
All right, very good. All right, good luck, Mr. Houghton. All right, well, that didn't take very long. He didn't want me to do it. I guess that's his right. But he probably shouldn't have looked a gift horse in the mouth. All right, Judge Patterson can deal with it when he feels better.
Should I get a new date from the clerk's office?
Yeah, check. I'm not sure whether they can give you one right now, but why don't you go ahead and try that? Take him in there. All right, we'll end this record. We have, here's Paul, there's that file. We have a landlord-tenant bench trial set that I expected would take all afternoon. I got a message just as I came in at 1 o'clock, you're good to go, that the parties were working on a conditional settlement. So that may not go. Regarding the last guy, he got mad and broke his girlfriend's windshield. Basically did a poor job on probation. I was just gonna bring it to a close, but he may have some more issues. All right, I think we'll be back at 1:30. Good afternoon. This is a probation violation hearing in the matter of People versus Mark Allen Ritchie. The file number is 222163FY. Mr. Ritchie was placed on probation on a domestic violence second degree, I think last January. There was a probation violation in April, which resulted in a sentence in May. I gave him 5 days and continued the probation. He is here today with his attorney, Mr. Tim George. Also present is Matt Huff from our probation department. And let's recap what the petition says. The original date of sentence was January 10th of 2022. No, I think it's January 10th of 2023. I just misdated it. And he was to do a number of things. I held 180 days over his head. It was quite a generous sentence in light of everything that had been going on, but I think that was at the request of the complainant. Anyway, defendant got arrested in July in Branch County. These probation violations petitions are not in order. Here it is. Mr. Ritchie, the allegation is that you violated this probation by getting arrested on a new charge. That's the number one condition of your probation, that you not violate any criminal law of any unit of government. And you're presently in the Branch County Jail, available via Zoom. So the allegation is that you violated your probation by committing a new criminal offense. Mr. George, what's the defendant's preference here?
Your Honor, speaking with Mr. Ritchie, he's going to admit to the violation as he has pled to the charge in Branch County.
All right. Mr. Ritchie, you have a right to have a hearing on this matter, where the probation and prosecution would have to prove beyond a preponderance that you did violate your probation. Frankly, this isn't going to be very hard to prove in light of the fact that you entered a plea over there. So Mr. George is here to represent you in this matter. Do you acknowledge that you pled guilty to a criminal charge in Branch County? Is that true?
Yes.
What did you plead to?
Time served in probation,
What was the charge?
domestic third.
All right. Have you been sentenced yet?
No, not yet.
Do you have a sentence date?
Monday, December 4th.
Who's your attorney in that case?
John Vincent.
Who is the complainant in that case?
Ashley Grant.
All right, she's the same complainant here. So you believe on Monday they're going to give you time served?
That's what my PSI guy told me.
Okay, well, ultimately it'll be up to Judge O'Grady, but all right, do you have a plan on where you're gonna go when you get out?
Hopefully my sister's back to St. Joe County, because they were talking about transfer my probation back to St. Joe County. But I was kind of hoping to stay here in Branch County, so I don't have to drive all, so I could just take care of it here, but I don't know why they want to transfer it.
Well, they probably want to get rid of you, and St. Joe County probably doesn't want it, so I don't know, it depends on where you're gonna live. All right, you've been in custody since July 27th. So let's count that up.
121 days, Your Honor.
121 according to Matt. So that's 4 days in July, 31 days in August, 30 days in September, that's 65. 31 days in October, 96.
Oh,
30 days
I
in
think I'm off for
November,
4 days.
126. Or actually 29 days, 125.
Yep.
125 days credit. If I give you the deferred time, you have to come back here and do time here. Plus you have 5 days of other credit. So you have 130 days. 180 days with good time is 150 days. So what's at issue is 20 days. Mr. Huff, do you have a recommendation here?
My recommendation to begin with was simply to defer to the judgment that was initially issued in January of this year, the 180 days deferred. And to revoke the probation, obviously. There's no sense in having him on multiple probations.
Did you plead guilty or no contest?
I just pled guilty.
All right, well, that's a plus. All these assaults have ended you up in jail. I held a bunch of jail over your head and then you promptly got arrested for the same crime on the same victim. You're gonna be on a felony circuit court probation, which is more, well, it's different. Some ways it's stricter, in some ways it's less. I'm gonna order 130 days. Credit 130 days. I'm not gonna quibble over 20 days. Concurrent with Branch County. It'll actually be 135 days by the time you get sentenced in Branch County. So it'd be 15 additional days. They have to go through the hassle of transferring you back and forth. My hope is you stay in Branch County. They'll waive the remaining fine and costs and revoke the probation. There's a new law that takes effect in February that prohibits domestic violence defendants from possessing a gun for 8 years. It's already got federal firearm provisions. You're not allowed to use or possess a gun. But all right, there's no sense supervising you here. Maybe what I should have done is given more jail time back in May. But I kept trying to make this work and it just didn't. So, Mr. George, thank you. Your sentence is 130 days credit, 130 days waive fine and costs, probation is revoked. So when you get out 5 days from now, you'll be on circuit court probation. And I'm sure it'll have conditions, probably including no contact with Ashley Grant. But I'm not sure what they've got in mind, but your case here is done. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.